I just wanted to share another book that I've been reading. This is actually the second time that I've read through it and have highlighted and underlined some great insights. I thought I would share some of those with you. The book is Breath for the Bones, and it's about art, imagination, and our spirit, reflections on creativity and faith by Lucy Shaw. And this is a great resource for you to read through if you're interested in that topic of beauty and your faith. There are great discussion questions in the back. There's also a reading list on books about creativity, poetry, and also a very good in-depth index that includes footnotes, more books on that subject of creativity, quotes from the book. So it's just something really interesting, and I thought I would share some of the things that I've been reading. So in this book, the author lays out a couple of questions and explores that in the book. How does faith inform art, and how can art animate our faith? And so in the beginning, she lays out those principles. First of all, God's presence with us surrounds us like a house. If we think of it as a house, and in each room of this house resides artists, sculptors, quilters, musicians, sopranos. Maybe there's a room for the string quartet, a poet, dancers, writers, all of those who are creating art in the world. And the foundation for this house, the foundation is the gospel. And the artist's work flows from this foundation, this theology. The author goes on to describe the theology is actually the skeleton that we create around. God's reality centers our lives and our work. And as we are creating beauty in the world, that is a reflection of Christ. So if we, being a resident in this house of faith, then we are accountable to God, who is over and around us and surrounding us. And we are radically shaping our gifts responsibly to the world, because as Christians, as Christian artists, we are living our lives that are informed by our Christian belief. And so going further into this, the author talks about how we're called to link earth to heaven and how we find that connection to God, who is himself an imaginative creator. We find that link from earth to heaven. An example of that is found in Baroque music, and she gives J.S. Bach an example in the book. And she also gives an example of how we can begin our calling as we think about it as a quilter would approach making a quilt. So a quilter would create for function, to bring warmth, but also the quilt is beautiful, taking scraps and creating this beautiful piece of art. We do the same. We want to wrap others in our quilt to bring warmth to maybe a cold heart, a grieving soul that needs comfort. And so then how do we respond to that? We first have to listen. We participate in the drama of creation, as she lays out in the book. Paying attention, listening, demands that we have to be intentional with that. We must be aware, and we have to slow down. And that links to our playing as flutists, how we listen to our tone. We're listening to the intricacies of our practice. If we rush through those steps, we're going to miss something, an opportunity to bring that intentionality to our playing. And here's a really great quote that she brings into the book. Sherlock Holmes saying to Watson, "You see, but you do not observe. We play, but we do not listen." Also, Mary Oliver, a quote from her, "If you notice anything, it leads you to notice more and more. We can do that in our playing. We can notice those intricacies in our sound. So the book of Psalms offers advice for us on this. The whole book of Psalms is about waiting. Our souls are waiting. Be still, my soul. So we can do that. We can pay attention and observe and wait. We can apply those principles to our flute playing. And then if you want to read more, it's a great book and I recommend that. I also have a few hymns on my shorts. They're not videos, they're on my shorts list if you'd like to check out some of those hymns today.